What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Alright guys, get right into it. You already know the vibes, you already know what type of time I'm on. Happy New Year to everybody out there. Hope you're enjoying your time with your family. I'm still sick, still under the weather, can't breathe, voice is messed up, but I'm here because the job got to get done. I got to give the people what they need. Alright, now, outside of being a prisoner of the moment like everybody else on my timeline, talking about Genty, talking about Shador, talking about Cam Ward and all this other stuff, everybody going back and forth, we still have to make a decision on who our head coach is going to be going forward. Now, most people want AP out of there. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm just here to have a conversation and kind of have a different perspective and add a different perspective so that we can keep the conversation going. Now, when you talk about Mark Davis to me seems like somebody that is severely desperate to find the next person or group of people to come into the organization and save him from the football side of things, right? To save him from the obligation of fixing the football side of things. I think Mark Davis is a very good businessman. I think Mark Davis knows how to make that money, and I can't be mad at that. But I think he also recognizes that football side of things may not be his strong point. And he just seems like somebody who's desperate to bring in anyone, group of people to come save him from that responsibility. And when you talk about bringing back John Gruden, who had success with his pops, and he seemed desperate to find some success, let's bring in something that seems familiar to us, right? When you talk about him bringing in Josh McDaniels and company, the Patriot way, to try to give us a little bit of what they had going on over there. When you talk about him retaining AP because the players wanted AP to be there, he seems like a guy that's making decisions based on, like, I'm just extremely desperate. I will try to figure out anything I can to save the football side of things, right? So when you talk about his relationship with Tom Brady now, right, it feels like Mark Davis has always had some type of, he always idolized or just looked up to the success that Bill Belichick and the Patriots have. Those ideas are obvious to me. But his relationship with Tom Brady seems to be based on Tom Brady's resume and what he believes Tom Brady can bring to the table on the football side of things. And I think he's going to value his opinion a lot more than some people might believe. And I think we talk about Tom Brady being a professional. Tom Brady's professionalism, or his profession, is being professional. Like, Tom Brady is like the pro's pro, right? Everything he does seems to be upper echelon. His lifestyle, the way he took care of his body, playing football, all of that stuff seems to be upper echelon. And I believe that Mark Davis is looking at Tom Brady as somebody that's like, not just a friend, but somebody who can save him from having to make all the football decisions. Because I believe Mark Davis recognized that he doesn't really have a finger or ear to the street when it comes to making football decisions. So when you talk about AP coming back or AP not coming back, I totally believe that if Mark Davis was making the decision 1,000% on his own, I believe Antonio Pierce would be the coach next year. I believe Antonio Pierce looks at it and says, well, he had some injuries. We didn't hit on the free agent signings. He has, not a lot of experience, but he's been working. I've been seeing some improvements. I believe Mark Davis would talk himself into keeping Antonio Pierce. But on the flip side of that, when you think about Tom Brady being in those rooms, being in the position to make decisions and have a very strong opinion and a valued opinion by Mark Davis, it leads me to believe that Tom Brady is not going to sit here and co-sign Antonio Pierce as the head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. I believe that Tom Brady is going to have conversations with Mark Davis from a player standpoint, and he's going to have it from an owner standpoint and say, this is what you need in your head coach. This is my experience, is what you need with a head coach. And I think some names that have been thrown around with connection to Tom Brady is going to be the Mike Vrabels, is going to be somebody who I had already mentioned that I would not mind if they were our head coach, which is Flores. And everybody's going to be like, well, all those guys are like the same, right? They're all defensive guys. Yes, I agree. But the difference is Mike Vrabel has had experience as a head coach. He's had some success. I think Flores has had some success, and he knows what it's like to be a head coach. So even though they have defensive perspectives, they also have experience from a head coach and how to run an organization. And I think when you think about organization as a word, you think about organized, right? I think that Tom Brady's biggest thing against AP is not just going to be his experience, but it's going to be how too many times this year the Raiders just look unorganized. How many times the Raiders this year look dysfunctional? How many times the Raiders this year just look like they weren't up to par when it comes to coaching, when it comes to decision making, when it comes to time management, when it comes to roster moves? I think that Tom Brady is going to sit here and say, look, I like AP. AP's a good coach. AP's a good motivator, but he's not what we need as an organization to be the guy to bring us into the next year, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it's going to be, I think Tom Brady's going to have a big impact on that decision. And because of that, I think AP is probably going to coach his last game for the Raiders this weekend, no matter how it goes. And like I said before, AP might be auditioning for a job somewhere else, so he's going to try to put his best foot forward, and I can't really be mad at that. But like I said, when you talk about the next coach, Tom Brady is going to have a big impact on who that next coach is. I think Tom Brady's going to have a big impact on who the next person they draft is. I think Tom Brady has worked himself into a position to where it's like he's like very friendly with Mark Davis. It's almost like if you were an artist, like a music artist, and you got really friendly with the record label owner. Well, that record label owner is now going to allow you to do more than you normally would do as an artist, right? You're going to be able to pick your songs. You're going to be able to pick the producers you want to work with. You're picking the tours. You're picking the merch. You're picking everything. And you're just an artist. Most artists don't get to do that. And I think Tom Brady has worked himself in to be friends with Mark Davis, where someone in his position might not get as much say normally. But since he's so friendly and buddy-buddy with Mark Davis, and Mark Davis is, I need a friend so bad type of person, and I need someone to desperately come and fix this organization type of person, I think Tom Brady's worked himself into a position where he's going to have a lot of say on a lot of things going forward. And that is the reason for me that I believe is the biggest reason that Antonio Pierce is probably not going to be the head coach next year. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I believe in Tom Brady, and I believe in his ability to recognize talent and recognize what talent needs to be better and to perform better on the field. And I think that's something that Tom Brady's going to bring to the table. So I want you guys to get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Do you think Tom Brady's going to want AP, not want AP? Do you think he's going to want to bring in this man Vrabel? I like Flores, and watching Tom Brady call the game for the Vikings and Packers, like, he was glazing, bro. Like, he definitely loves Flores, and I can see that being a connection. I got a video coming out soon on the coaches that I think we could target, the coaches I believe that would be a good fit for us. I got offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and head coach. I got some different combos out there. Also got some draft videos coming up, man. So new year, new me. Not really save me, facts over feelings and all that. You already know the vibes. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Check out redemptionbrand.com right now. Get you some of that fire merch. Till the next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.